Hi everyone, this is the Phoenix team and we are back with a new interview. Today we are extremely happy to welcome the team behind Weft. As you may know, Weft Finance just launched their V2 and we wanted to hear a bit more from them on what it will bring, but also to ask them a few questions on why they decided to build on Radix and how they see the future on it. So with no further ado, here we are with a few questions. As usual, if you want to have a follow-up on some of those questions, don't hesitate to tag us on YouTube or on Twitter, where we will be able to follow up with the Weft team and get answer to any of your questions. Your choice to build on Radix is interesting. How do you see Radix's unique features, like its asset-oriented approach and the crypto language, influencing the future development of DeFi protocols such as Weft Finance? Also, did you consider any other blockchain to build Weft?
Radix takes a radically different approach to what tools are needed for mass adoption in DeFi, and so far, the Radix network is living up to its promises. From the Cerberus consensus layer to the Radix engine VM, Scripto, and the wallet, each component is game-changing in its own right. When combined, they offer exactly what we need to ignite the DeFi revolution. It might sound like a marketing pitch from RDX Works, but that's genuinely what we believe at Weft. One of my personal favorites is a resource state machine. The model is so intuitive that it's surprising how little attention it has received so far. We are committed to Radix and haven't considered launching on another chain. We plan to leverage our experience and adapt gradually to Radix's promising roadmap, growing alongside the ecosystem.
Weft Finance emphasizes managing multiple collateralized debt positions through a single NFT. How do you envision this approach impacting user behavior and risk management in DeFi? And could it lead to new strategy for portfolio diversification? Or was it done this way rather for security purposes?
We believe NFTs will surpass fungible tokens to become the most commonly used resource in the Radix ecosystem and even in DeFi as a whole, thanks to their effectiveness in decoupling decentralized apps from user accounts. Radix's approach with NFTs natively supported and an intuitive API for managing them made using NFTs to represent position an obvious choice. NFTs enable the management of multiple independent positions from a single account, and their transferability opens up endless possibilities for credit portfolio management. Features like credit delegation, credit default swaps, and credit derivative products become much simpler to implement with this approach.
As we mentioned in the introduction, you just launched a new V2, and it introduces in particular configuration buffering. Can you explain this concept and how it might address some of the challenges faced by other DeFi protocols?
In Q3 2023, Aave experienced over 12,000 liquidations, totaling approximately $78 million, primarily due to a misconfiguration related to the health factor, HF, a key metric used to assess liquidation risk. Changes to HF parameters may have caused borrowers to be unaware of their actual risk levels, leading to liquidation. Although Aave's head of risk advised users to maintain an HF above 1.5, many did not take timely action due to a lack of monitoring tools or alerts. Configuration buffering addresses this issue by storing configurations that impact liquidation when a user updates their position. This ensures that health calculations are based on parameter values, preventing accidental liquidation due to recent configuration changes. Although new configurations usually involve fine-tuning rather than drastic changes, critical updates can be implemented through an expiration system, allowing for forced update when necessary.
It's a very interesting concept, actually. Thank you for the answer and explanation. So Weft V2 is also expanding with more collateral and loan resources. Could you please explain your selection criteria? What makes an asset a good collateral or, to the contrary, a bad one? And do you intend to cap the LTV for more volatile assets?
The asset selection process follows two steps. The first is similar to what traditional DeFi lending protocols use, assessing liquidity, volatility, and trading volume, but we do this within the Radix ecosystem, including bridged assets. Our valuation process is relative to XRD, meaning XRD has a baseline LTV, and less volatile assets with decent trading volume will have slightly higher LTVs. The second step involves classifying selected tokens based on factors like distribution, project utility, and community engagement for meme coins. This classification defines isolation groups, applying collateral isolation by determining which token can be used together in the same collateralized debt position, CDP. Collateral isolation is crucial for managing a wide range of assets while mitigating potential contagion risk. For example, if we list a new algorithmic stablecoin as collateral, there's a risk of contagion if it is used in the same CDP as another project's token during a depegging event. The isolation approach helps contain such risk.
Thanks for the transparency. That's extremely useful to actually understand a bit more like the selection process. Looking now a bit more forward, you have an upcoming launch of a foundation and a DAO. How do you plan to balance decentralized governance with the need for rapid decision-making in the fast-paced environment that is DeFi? Also, what is the thought process behind the creation of these two entities? Behind the creation of the foundation and of the DAO as well.
The DAO and foundation will be separate entities with no control over each other. While the details are still being fine-tuned, there are three main responsibilities, one for the DAO and two for the foundation. The foundation, as the Weft token holder, will handle all token-related decisions, primarily for regulatory reasons. It will also oversee protocol design, implementation, and releases. For transparency, the foundation may conduct temperature checks by setting up polls on its decisions. The DAO will be responsible for configuration changes to deployed dApps and managing service statuses such as pausing or suspending services. To enable fast decision-making, Weft will introduce a moderation experiment where the DAO can grant a moderation badge to the foundation, allowing it to pause or resume a service urgently. Any changes made will then be confirmed or revoked through a proposal. Note that moderation is limited to pausing and resuming services. As we continue designing the system, new ideas may emerge, but we remain committed to our original plan. More details will be shared in due time.
Thanks, that was a very clear answer, and we look forward to hearing a bit more at the launch time on what you will implement actually for both Foundation and DAO. That was our final question, and we wanted to thank you for your time and transparency. We believe that people now know a lot more about what Weft is doing and what has been the history behind your protocol. We wish you best of luck with that V2 that we will use ourselves, and talk to you at the launch of the Foundation and DAO. To our listeners, if you enjoyed that video, don't forget to like, to share it, to subscribe to our channel, and we'll try to do some more videos where we interview key members of the Radix ecosystem, the one who are contributing to its marketing, to the design of the DeFi on it, and so on. If you have any idea or if you would like specific people to be interviewed in the future, please hit the comment section with names and we'll try to reach out and get a video with them. Again, thank you for listening.